Hello, my name is Curtis Morrison. I work with Raphael Urena at the law firm of Morrison Urena L.C. This video is about the upcoming lawsuit that I and Mr. Urena plan to file exclusively for Ethiopian and Sudanese DV-2022 selectees who are trying to get their interview locations reassigned. If you are an Ethiopian or Sudanese DV-2022 selectee, you probably know that the Kentucky Consular Center has a policy of not allowing Ethiopian and Sudanese DV-2022 selectees to have their interview locations reassigned to U.S. embassies away from Addis Ababa and Khartoum, while they are still located inside Ethiopia or Sudan. And that's a problem, okay? So since the U.S. embassies in Addis Ababa and Khartoum have not shown any interest in issuing DV-2022 visas, this policy of not allowing reassignments can be fatal to Ethiopian and Sudanese DV applications. We've already seen how that works out for DV-2021 selectees. So this State Department policy of not allowing Ethiopian and Sudanese DV-2022 selectees the ability to reassign their interview locations is what this upcoming lawsuit will challenge. So let's talk about the requirements to participate in this upcoming lawsuit. You must be Ethiopian or Sudanese DV-2022 selectee. This means that your case number must begin with 2022, okay? Also, when you completed the DS-260, you must have chosen either U.S. Embassy Addis Ababa or Khartoum on your DS-260 as the interview location. It was probably the default. Finally, you must have attempted unsuccessfully to have KCC to change your interview location. The purpose of this lawsuit is to get those interviews reassigned to embassies that are opened so that you can get those visas issued. If the government decides after we file the lawsuit that they would prefer not to fight us and they reassign the plaintiffs in the lawsuit their cases to other embassies, then we would consider that a success, because that's what this lawsuit is trying to do. We want to get the interview locations reassigned to embassies that are open. Okay, and so in that situation, once they're all reassigned, we will dismiss that lawsuit. That's what happened in the Hamad versus Blinken lawsuit. The one that we just filed on behalf of 25 Iraqi plaintiffs who could not get their interviews reassigned. And we dismissed the case after all those interviews were reassigned. So next thing I want to talk about is the deadlines. Okay, the onboarding for this lawsuit will be on our website, and it'll be on automated on the website, morrisonurena.com. Okay, and it will end on February 7th, 2022, okay, at midnight, 11:59. The case, we're going to file it. We will file a lawsuit about February 14th, on or about February 14th, 2022, in the District Court for the District of Columbia in Washington, D.C. Until we file the lawsuit, we do not know who the judge will be. Even after we file it and a judge is assigned, there is a potential for a different judge to be assigned within the first few weeks. We have seen that happen. So, cost to participate. The attorney fees to participate as plaintiffs in the lawsuit will be $2,500 US for each Ethiopian or Sudanese DV-2022 selectee. This fee includes the cost of participation of all derivative beneficiaries, spouses and children, regardless of family size. So the terms by which the attorney fees are due are as follows. The initial payment to participate will be $500 US. The remainder of $2,000 US will be due upon the DV selectee's entry into the US. Note, if you hire us and sign the contract to participate in this lawsuit, it is a legally binding contract, and the $2,000 US remainder will be due upon the DV selectee's entry into the U.S., regardless of whether the selectee's client attributes the success of the entry to participation in the lawsuit or not. Okay, so important disclosure. Unlike many of our past lawsuits, participation in this lawsuit will not include necessarily assigned paralegals or representation in consular processing. Participation in this opportunity may not include those benefits. Okay. Below, you will find a link where DV-22 selectees can sign up to participate as plaintiffs in this lawsuit from Ethiopia and Sudan. Okay. So, however, this link below will be disabled on February 7th, 2022 at 11:59 p.m. PST. We encourage those interested in participating to not wait till the last minute, okay? We can prepare the best complaint that makes the best use of our plaintiff's facts the sooner that our plaintiffs sign up to participate. So thank you for your time in watching this video. Have a good day.
Hi, this is Curtis Morrison. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Thank you.